Am I the only person who, when thinking about making goals for the new year, is sorely tempted to make goals about all sorts of things that I can't actually control? Hi, I am Rachel from 7 in All, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my 2023 goals. And I am limiting them to things that I actually can control. It's true that when I think about what do I really want in 2023, a lot of things do come to mind that I realize I'm really not in control of. There are lots of circumstances in life that are out of our control, and that doesn't stop us from hoping and dreaming of genuinely good things that we would like to happen. But for whatever reason, those aren't the things that we can actually decide, I'm going to do this and it's going to result in this. We often can't control the results or experiences that we have in life, but we should make goals and we should think about what can we control. So you're going to notice that most of my goals are very centered around learning and exploration. I have learned throughout my life that I'm the type of person who really thrives when my brain is challenged and when I have something to put my creativity into, something to learn, something new to explore. And while I know that about myself, still in the midst of the regular routine of work, that little desire for exploration and for learning and knowledge can sometimes get swept away and pushed to the side. Yet it is something that by making goals for, I can focus on and work on a little bit more. I'm the kind of person who believes that we should never be too easily satisfied with what we already know and with what we already can do. We should be always keeping not to say we're discontent, but we should be keeping our eye a little bit on towards, okay, so you've learned this, so what's next? What else can you learn? How else can you grow? How else can you challenge yourself? And in this next year, I have a couple of ideas on ways to challenge myself to continue learning in small doses in reasonable ways that fit the season of life that I am in right now. Now, this video is part of a 2023 goals collaboration hosted by my friend Wendy from Plan Prep Pray. So make sure to check out her channel and the playlist down below for more goals, conversations, and inspiration. But now I'll be sharing with you what my goals are for this new year. Number 1, I want to take another Bible Project classroom class, and I want to do it together with my husband. I will leave the link to Bible Project Classroom down below, but it is a really cool resource. These are kind of like graduate school seminary type of classes that are available for free online that are deep dives into specific books or topics within the Bible. I have done 2 of their classes before, the Jonah class and the Intro to the Hebrew Bible class. The Jonah class I did with my husband, and it was really fun to have some, we kind of fell in love over theological arguments, and it was really fun to get to have that again, of just doing some deep Bible study together. And so I'd like to do another one of their classes. I'm gonna let him pick out which class it is. Maybe a New Testament class, maybe another Old Testament class this time. Number 2, I've talked about this before, but I'm really working to improve my Spanish to get beyond the level where I'm at, and that continues to be my goal for 2023. And I kind of looked at my bookshelf and I decided I'd like to go through this book, Cuentos que Contaban Nuestras, Abuelas, and go through this book and use this kind of as a study opportunity to go through. Look, it's a little bit intimidating for someone who is a second language speaker to think, okay, reading through all this, but not just reading it and guessing at the words, because in Spanish it can be very easy to read, and if you understand 90% of it all, you can understand the whole thing. You don't have to know the meaning of every single word to understand it, but I want to go through and I want to look up words that I don't know. I want to note sentence structures and look at verb tenses and figure out, okay, what verb tense is being used here, rather than just gleaning it by the context. But my goal is to going through this whole book, taking notes as I go. That's a really helpful way for me as I learn to write down vocabulary words or write down verb endings, and kind of writing down what I've learned is a really helpful tool for me. So that's what I want to do as far as learning Spanish this year. Number 3, I would like to learn how to quilt, and I would like to get started on some type of quilt project, maybe like a kid's quilt, small quilt. I'm not thinking something huge and grand and perfect, but like a scrappy quilt. Mainly this is because if you might know that I do sew. I bought myself a sewing machine as my college graduation gift because I had always wanted one, and then I taught myself to sew, and I can sew quite a bit, but the one like cool sewing thing that I've always been intrigued by but I haven't tried out and I haven't mastered is quilting. So I've recently been becoming more intrigued by that. I want to do some research on it, on how to get started, and I'll probably just try using my bag of fabric scraps from many other projects to make it start out with more of just a scrappy quilt style, mix and match different scraps that I already have. But I want to learn, how do you get those lines all nicely lined up, and how do you make it flat when you have all the seams all over the place? How do you actually make a quilt? So I haven't looked into it, but I'd like to do that. I'm hoping to get started really quickly, really soon on that, and just slowly work on that throughout the year as I can. Number 4, this is a reading goal, and this connects to somebody else here on YouTube. Angie from Science Mama decided to host a reading challenge for this year, and her reading challenge has you reading 24 books throughout the year. And that's not a ton of books to read, it's pretty manageable. 12 of them do have to be nonfiction though, and I don't tend to be the biggest nonfiction reader. So in that sense, that will be a little bit of out of my comfort zone, and as well as choosing books that fit to a particular theme. I have never really done a reading challenge before, but I'm excited to do it. I really appreciate Angie from Science Mama and all of her content, and I'm excited to do the reading challenge along with her and her subscribers. I will link to her video announcing that reading challenge below. Then another goal, and this is not a goal that I'm saying I want to complete this year, but I've had a dream of writing a children's picture book for quite a while, and last year I made a goal to make some progress on that dream. And once again, I am just making that goal to keep making a little bit of progress, keep rolling the ball forward. I think sometimes with big dreams, we don't necessarily want to rush them or put a time limit on them. With some of these really big dreams that are really close to our heart, I think it can be good to sit with them, rest with them for a little bit, and that is kind of the way I'm treating this dream. I really want to write a really good, a really beautiful children's book, the kind that you'll want to read again and again, a picture book. And this year I did make progress on it. I did write a draft that I really like, and now I'm letting it sit, and I'm going to go back to that draft and keep working on it. And I need to think about what the next step would be. I know that there are self-publishing options. I do dream of it being a more quality printed book, not so much like the Amazon Create Space quality that they offer. So I'm thinking about writing up some proposals to send to literary agents. That I know that traditional publishing and trying to get in is very difficult, especially when you're a nobody. I do very much know that, but this is a dream that I just want to keep rolling the ball forward and see what I can do on this dream, and see what I can do with this draft, and if anyone else will believe in this draft manuscript the way that I do. But because I think it's something that you guys would like. I do think that it's anyone who believes in the magic of learning and the magic of children learning would appreciate a book like this. But we'll see where this dream goes this year. And I'm not saying it has to be finished this year. It might be 5 or 10 years down the road, but it's something I want to keep rolling the ball forward with. Then finally, most of those were personal learning type goals. I also have business goals for 7 in All, and for my small business, Where'd You Learn That?, where I create printable homeschool curriculum. So for 7 in All, I think it would be really cool to hit 10K subscribers in 2023. That is definitely a bit of a stretch goal for where I am right now, but I've been so encouraged, you guys, by how you guys are responding to my videos. Thank you so much for your response. Thank you for sharing them, and I do continue to ask you, it helps so much. If you see a video that you think, this is a powerful message, this is a message people should hear, it helps a lot if you would share that, if you would help share that with your homeschooling friends, because it can be really hard for these videos to even get seen by anybody, because I don't have that much advertising power all on my own. But hoping to hit or get close to 10K subscribers this year. And for my business, Where'd You Learn That? My main goal is to get many different projects that have been in the works into production and release in this new year. We have been hard at work behind the scenes. We haven't really released any new products in several months, but we've been hard at work on some products that I'm really excited about, one of which is Elementary Exegesis, which is going to be a study teaching exegetical skills to children, to elementary age children. I'm really excited about that. That's a topic I'm very passionate about, teaching skilled Bible reading to kids. Because I think the way that many curriculums teach about the Bible to kids just does not do the Bible justice. So that's one product I'm very excited to get out. I have been hard at work on literature guides, which are going to be guides that you can hand your child along with the book that they're reading. This will be for upper elementary through high school. And these will be just guides that help you go in a little bit deeper without the drudgery of it being endless question after vocabulary word after. Sometimes literature guides can turn into drudgery. This is not going to be that, but it is going to be help you appreciate the writer's work just a little bit more, help you understand what they are accomplishing through this book a little more. So I've been working hard at work on those. We also have an Arizona unit that is getting close to coming out, as well as an Easter guide. So I feel like we've been in a season where we're really doing a lot of creating behind the scenes, but because of how much time it takes to design, how much time it takes to create illustrations, nothing has really been ready to release just yet, but I'm hoping that we'll start 2023 in the first couple months with quite a few really cool new releases, and I hope that you guys will love them and find them useful in your homeschools. All right, those are my goals for 2023. How about I challenge you, can you share one of your 2023 goals with me down in the comments below? I would love to cheer you on and encourage you in pursuing goals that are in areas where you can have at least some control of you're deciding, what am I going to spend my energy on? What am I going to put my time and my mental energy into this year? I hope that you enjoy challenging yourself to go further up and further in, to not stay too satisfied with what you already know, but to be excited to pursue learning and growing all the more. All right, until next time, bye.